Annihilation of Caste by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Part 20. If we apply these considerations to caste among Mohammedans, Sikhs, and Christians on the one hand, and to caste among Hindus on the other, you will find that caste among non Hindus is fundamentally different from caste among Hindus. First, the ties which consciously make the Hindus hold together are non existent, while among non Hindus, there are many that hold them together. The strength of a society depends on the presence of points of contact, possibilities of interaction between different groups which exist in it. These are what Carlyle calls organic filaments, that is, the elastic threads which help to bring the disintegrating elements together and to reunite them. There is no integrating force among the Hindus to counteract the disintegration caused by caste, while among the non Hindus, there are plenty of these organic filaments which bind them together. Again, it must be borne in mind that although there are caste among non Hindus as there are among Hindus, caste has not the same social significance for non Hindus as it has for Hindus. Ask a Mohammedan or a Sikh who he is. He tells you that he is a Mohammedan or a Sikh, as the case may be. He does not tell you his caste, although he has one, and you are satisfied with his answer. When he tells you that he is a Muslim, you do not proceed to ask him whether he is a Shia or a Sunni, a Sheikh or a Sayyid, Khatik or Pinjari. When he tells you that he is a Sikh, you do not ask him whether he is a Jat or Roda, Mazbi or Ramdasi. But you are not satisfied if a person tells you that he is a Hindu. You feel bound to enquire into his caste. Why? Because so essential is caste in the case of a Hindu that without knowing it, you do not feel sure what sort of a being he is. That caste has not the same social significance among non Hindus as it has among Hindus is clear if you take into consideration the consequences which follow breach of caste. There may be caste among Sikhs and Mohammedans, but the Sikhs and Mohammedans will not outcast a Sikh or a Mohammedan if he broke his caste. Indeed, the very idea of excommunication is foreign to the Sikhs and the Mohammedans. But with the Hindus, the case is entirely different. A Hindu is sure to be outcasted if he broke caste. This shows the difference in the social significance of caste to Hindus and non Hindus. This is the second point of difference. But there is also a third and a more important one. Caste among the non Hindus has no religious consecration. But among the Hindus, most decidedly it has. Among the non Hindus, caste is only a practice, not a sacred institution. They did not originate it. With them, it is only a survival mechanism. They do not regard caste as a religious dogma. Religion compels the Hindus to treat isolation and segregation of caste as a virtue. Religion does not compel the non Hindus to take the same attitudes towards caste. If Hindus wish to break caste, their religion will come in their way. But it will not be so in the case of non Hindus. It is therefore a dangerous delusion to take comfort in the mere existence of caste among Hindus without caring to know what place caste occupies in their lives and whether there are other organic filaments which subordinate the feeling of caste to the feeling of community. The sooner the Hindus are cured of this delusion, the better. The other set denies that caste presents any problem at all for the Hindus to consider. Such Hindus see comfort in the view that the Hindus have survived and take this as a proof of their fitness to survive. This point of view is well expressed by Professor S. Radhakrishnan in his Hindu view of life. Referring to Hinduism, he says, the civilization itself has been not a short-lived one. Its historic records date back to over 4,000 years, and even then it had reached a stage of civilization which has continued its unbroken, though at times slow and static, of course, until the present day. It has stood the stress and strain of more than 4 or 5 millenniums of spiritual thought and experience. Though people of different races and cultures have been pouring into India from the dawn of history, Hinduism has been able to maintain its supremacy, and even the proselytizing creeds backed by political power have not been able to coerce the large majority of Hindus to their views. The Hindu culture possesses some vitality which seemed to be denied to some more forceful currents. It is no more necessary to dissect Hinduism than to open a tree to see whether the sap still runs.